What brings Davy back to your screens again so quickly? Well, as you know, I don't watch television, so it takes me a wee while to catch up with things. So, it would appear that Labour haven't just Hi, John, the truck driving legend, hello. Hey, it would appear that Labour hasn't just changed its position on Palestine, but it's not just Labour. It's also the Tories who are showing absolute hypocrisy. But I'll show you what I mean by hypocrisy right now. I'm going to put up a couple of clips, one for LBC and one for the Commons, and you'll see what I mean by hypocrisy. So, put this one up, and we'll let it roll. Here's Wes Streeton, 12 days ago, on LBC. Here we go.
I think the urgency now comes in as a direct result of leading Israeli government figures, including Netanyahu, saying quite clearly they don't support a two-state solution, that they think that Israel has a right to self-determination, but the Palestinians don't, which I think is unconscionable. And I think we've got a responsibility now to say, hang on, this isn't the gift of a neighbour, this is the inalienable right of Palestinians, and we, the international...
Now, time to hit the pause button. It's not the gift of a neighbour, and it's the inalienable right of the Palestinian people to self-determination. But according to these people, it's not the inalienable right of the Scottish people to self-determination. And it is up to a neighbour to decide whether we get self-determination or not. Now, that was Wes Streeton 12 days ago. I'm only just catching up with it. Let's fast forward to David Lammy 12 days ago, following Lisa Nandy in a debate in the Commons. So,
this is a multifunctional mini super bright LED flashlight.
We'll get by that. Get the sound back on. Right, hold on, David Lammy.
Mr. Speaker, for a decade now, the Labour Party has supported Palestinian recognition. As Keir Starmer has said, statehood is not the gift of a neighbour, it is the inalienable right of the Palestinian people.
There you go, folks. You heard it twice. And apparently, Sir Comrade Kidstarver said it too. The power is not in the gift of a neighbour to grant statehood. And self-determination is the inalienable right of the Palestinian people. But when I talk about hypocrisy, these are the same people that tell us, the Scottish people, in a land, a country that already exists, that we don't have the inalienable right to self-determination either, unless they bloody well say so. Wow. The absolute hypocrisy. And it takes me back to what I was saying earlier about Brian Cox, MP, previous Attorney General for the Tory party. No nation can be held in a treaty against its will. And yet the Palestinian people have the inalienable right to self-determination, and it's not in the gift of their neighbour to determine their future or statehood, but apparently it is in the gift of Westminster to decide whether we, a recognised nation worldwide, the oldest nation on the planet, can have a say on whether we would like self-determination. Eyes on the prize, folks. Rishi Sunak's launched his election campaign. Labour have been campaigning here in North Lanarkshire for weeks now. There might well be a snap election. Eyes on the prize. If you're a yes supporter, If you're a pro-independent supporter, don't think about splitting the vote. Consistent polling for the last 7 or 8 months show the Alpha Party losing their seats at Westminster. The Greens are not making any grounds even though they're standing. They come into what's called the other section. When you get into that ballot box for this general election, if you're an independent supporter, make sure you put your cross in the correct box. And the correct box will be the one marked SNP. Have a nice day. Oh aye, that's a good point with Pip. Get your voter ID, folks. If you don't have correct voter ID, you don't get to vote. So either approach your council and get your voter ID certificate, or get yourself, if you can afford it, a provisional licence.
A sovereign state has the right to withdraw if a treaty is no longer compatible with its fundamental interests or fundamental circumstances, putting it a different way, have changed.